Greetings everybody and welcome to Madrid Ball. Hope you all are fine. Today in this video I have brought you some news regarding Eden Hazard ahead of the 2020-2021 season, and in this process we will also analyze his first year at Real Madrid, and going forward into the new season we will also discuss what can we expect from Hazard in his second season at Real Madrid. But firstly, coming to the news, and it is not a pleasing one for Real Madrid fans. As per a few reports, Eden Hazard, after returning from international duty, is likely to miss out on the season opener against Real Sociedad. Eden Hazard is put on specific training regime for his ankle and overall body shape, so it is a bit worrying to hear all these news. As we know, Eden Hazard went on international duty for Belgium. There he did not play even a single minute as Roberto Martinez, the Belgian manager, felt he was not ready to play, and Roberto Martinez further had gone on to say at that point of time that Hazard would require another 60 sessions of training to have the optimal physical conditions to start a match. Martinez earlier had even suggested that although Hazard's ankle was fine, he would have to treat his ankle before and after the game for the rest of his career. Now that certainly is not comforting to hear from the manager of Belgium. Hazard's weight has also been an issue during his time at Real Madrid. There was a bit of concern that he returned from international duty with some extra weight again. But if we look at the pictures of Hazard that are out there on the internet, it doesn't seem that he's much overweight. Maybe he still has a couple of extra pounds from the break, but certainly he is in a much better condition when we compare his physical condition to last year when he arrived at Madrid. Had he returned the same way, it would have been much more concerning, but currently it is looking that he will not require an extraordinary amount of effort to improve on his physical condition. Now if we analyze Hazard's first year at Real Madrid, I think you all will agree it has been a bit disappointing. When he arrived from Chelsea, we had forked out 100 million for a player who had superb season carrying Chelsea and had capped off the season with the Europa League title. He was one of those top 5 players of the world who had a number of accomplishments in his career. Premier League Player of the Year in 2015, Silver Ball winner of the World Cup in 2018, so it was very natural to have high expectations from this player. We looked at Hazard as someone who somewhat had the potential to fill in the mammoth hole left by the departure of Cristiano Ronaldo in attack. Yes, it's a very difficult task to fill the shoes of an extraterrestrial talent like Cristiano, but we did have some huge hopes from Hazard, and we were expecting he could rejuvenate our attack as he took the number 7 jersey. And now if we analyze his performance in his first year at Madrid, it's not the case that he was horrible on the pitch. Yes, there were a few quiet performances, but overall I would say he was good enough. He had a few good performances, but time and again when it looked like Hazard would take off and go on a prolonged spell of form and light up the Bernabeu, he would pick up a niggle or some other injury which would rule him out for a good number of games. So we have seen his quality in Real Madrid shirt, it's just that we haven't seen it as often as we desired. Hazard didn't have the dream start to Real Madrid in Spain. He was overweight and could not participate in his initial matches of the season due to hamstring injury. And if you remember our away match against PSG in the UCL, Hazard was one of those players who also had a subdued performance. But things got better from there. He scored against Granada in early October, and then he went on a spell in which he was looking more like himself. He was dribbling past players, creating chances, making assists, and it looked like his Real Madrid career was finally taking off. He had a good couple of months. We as fans were also loving it as Hazard was getting in sync with the rhythm of the Bernabeu. But then came the match against PSG where he displayed a strong performance. But his time in that match was cut short due to the challenge by a fellow Belgian playing for PSG, Thomas Meunier, and then Hazard had to be carried off the pitch. After tests were conducted, it was found that Hazard would be out of action for a few months. In that period, he missed both the El Clásicos and the first leg against City, and then came the break of football which handed a golden opportunity to Hazard to play a significant role in the remaining matches of the season. After the break, he was looking fit and sharp, he looked motivated, he played well in a few matches. He was again making those scintillating runs towards the opposition's penalty area, providing assists, although his hunt for the second goal in Real Madrid colour still continues, and again towards the last few games of the La Liga season he had injury woes which were not very serious but limited his participation in the remainder of the campaign. After La Liga was done and dusted, he came back again for the match against Man City in the second leg of the Champions League, but he was lacking sharpness and could not create much of an impact in our disappointing loss. So that sums up his first year at Real Madrid. Now there is a possibility he will miss the first game of the season as well. When you think about Hazard's injury woes, it's a bit strange. Every time he looks he is good to go, something or the other happen. Maybe the Real Madrid medical team will have to be a bit extra precautious with Hazard, be a bit extra careful with him. I even at times wonder whether Hazard played against Man City not being 100% fit. But those are the things of the past, and now we have to look at the future. Hazard is truly going to be judged on his performance that he puts up in his second season at Real Madrid. In one of the interviews in the past, he himself had said, and I quote, "My first season at Real Madrid is bad, but not everything is bad. It is an adaptation season. I will be judged in the second. It's up to me to be in good shape next year." In these words, we can see Eden Hazard has the realization that he has to perform in his second season. There are no other options. He has to answer all his critics and live up to the expectations of the club. Now going forward, what shall we expect from Eden Hazard in his second season? If Real are to reclaim the Champions League, Hazard has to be at his very brilliant best when it comes to the big Champions League nights. Hazard is a creative player. We have seen that in the past in the Premier League. Hazard often used to top the key passes and assist charts. Hazard is also one of those special players who can go on mesmerizing runs and create something out of nothing. When he does get a chance to score, he fancies getting the ball beyond the keeper into the back of the net. He had 28 goals in his last season at Chelsea before he joined Real Madrid. He is an unselfish player, so you would expect him to create some good chances for Benzema. We have seen in the past that Hazard and Benzema have great chemistry on the pitch, and you would expect that partnership to grow stronger and stronger as the season progresses. Hazard's ability to score goals on his own and his ability to split open defenses shall come very handy for Real Madrid if Hazard plays in full swing. I personally would be expecting at least 15 goals and 12 assists this season from Hazard. Him getting somewhere around 30 goal contributions in the season will be good in my opinion. So that is what I would be expecting from Hazard. Let me know how many goals and assists you are expecting from Hazard in the second season at Real Madrid. Do you think we will see the best version of Eden Hazard this season? Let me know in the comment section below. Very recently, Real Madrid played in the pre-season friendly against Getafe. Real scored 6 goals, 4 goals were scored by Benzema, Ramos and Arribas scored the rest. Not much reporting was done on this match. We hear that a lot of youngsters were involved in that match, so we continue our preparations ahead of the match against Real Sociedad. La Liga season is upon us. Soon, we will be seeing our favorite players back on the pitch. More analysis will be happening on this channel throughout the season. If you like my video, like, share and subscribe to my channel. I will see you soon. Till then, take care. And as always, Hala Madrid. Yeah.